Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. I have got a pretty good update since the last video. I've been down here for, actually, this will be my second full day, maybe third full day since I've been on vacation. And man, I've been making some progress on the layout. I can't remember exactly where we was last video, but I hadn't made a lot of progress because I was getting over a cold. And man, it's been 3 weeks, but I'm finally over this thing. I'd say 90%. I still cough every now and then, but for the most part, it's been good. Got through the Christmas holidays, and everything's been great. So I got a few days to spend down here, and then we are heading to Florida. So I'll be down there for a little bit, and then probably be about a week, and then we'll be back, and hopefully back in the layout. But let's grab the camera. We're going to move around a couple of different areas, and because I've been actually working on 3 areas of the layout, so let's get going. Okay, so not much has changed in this area. I say not much has changed. I really don't remember where I was last time, but we'll go over a couple of things that I have added. Let me get my my little pointer here so you don't have to look at my fingers, and we'll be right back. Okay, the first thing I've done, I've actually added telephone poles. I've got 4. I've got this one here, this one, that one, and that one. So these are made by Woodland Scenics, and they're double pole, I believe. I can't remember exactly what they called them, but you know, I didn't want a layout with a lot of, you know, same stuff that everybody uses. But man, when I saw these in the package, they are really nice. See if I can scroll in a little bit so you can see this thing. I don't know if it will focus on that. There you go. But I mean, they look like wood. They've actually did a really good job on these things. They got the little insulators that are, you know, the green insulators up here. They look really good. I was shocked. That's why I bought them. Now, the thing that I did not like about them, they come with this ugly, terrible yarn-looking wire. It was so bad. So of course I cut it off immediately because it looked, I mean, you know, when you hung them up, it looked like yarn hanging. It was so bad. So I got some easy line that I'll put up at some point, but I want to finish the scenery before I do that because I don't want my hands constantly getting caught on the wire. So but we'll add that at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to add that little detail. And man, just adding telephone poles made a huge difference in this area. I mean, it's amazing. Just adding a few details would have really changed the scene. So the next thing that I've done in this area, I worked on the asphalt a little bit more. And then I extended, I had a comment from a guy that said, you know, because my pavement actually stopped here, my track stopped here. He's like, you know, you can't get to your center beams on the other side. You know, that's true, but I wasn't quite done with the scene yet. I was waiting on some more track to come in. So I don't remember who made the comment, but you know, I don't take offense to it. I know exactly what he was talking about. He was just trying to be helpful. But yeah, like I said, I just didn't have everything that I needed. But I have extended this track out now, added the pavement in, so actually you can unload from both sides of the center beam now. And then I added some little weathering and some grass and that type of thing in here. So this is coming along pretty nice. I'm still not 100% done, but I'm not going to work on this area for a while. I do need a forklift and a box truck, but I haven't made up my mind which one I want yet. So all in due time. But yeah, this scene is pretty much done as far as I'm concerned for a while. I'll come in and super detail it at some point, but I just got a lot of other things on my plate. So the other thing, let's move the camera here. So the other thing that I did is I went in and added some grout to here to fill in the gaps of the masonite hardboard. And I added some rock. Now I'm going to come in and cover this all with grass, my static grass applicator, but it's going to be a bit. The thing with static grass is once you start doing it, you need to do a lot of it because it makes such a mess. And you just don't need to do little areas at a time. So I just got it roughed in right now, but yeah, it's coming along nice. I'm pretty happy. Okay, the next area I've been working on is this seam here, and I have got the Livingston Logging Company is open for business. First thing I did was I built the asphalt pad, and I wished I would have made a video of this. I'll probably do the next one. I'll make a video, but if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see exactly how I made this from basically a sheet of foam, 1/8 inch thick foam, to make it look like asphalt. It's a super easy process. And like I said, I wish I would have done a video on it, but I didn't. It's, you know, it's one of those things I'll fix in my channel at some point. I'll start doing some how-tos, but right now, man, I'm just having fun doing it by myself and just showing the results. But I will, like I said, at some point. But anyway, so I took the foam, I painted it black, then I dappled on gray, used paint pens for the white lines here, and then I went in with a number 2 pencil and I drew in some cracks and crevices, some little potholes, and then in certain areas where it's not highly trafficked, I went in and added just some little thin bead of glue and added some grass like here. And then of course I built the building. The building is made by Rick's Products, and I think it's called The Shops. So I painted it. This is actually from the camouflage paint can, and the color is army green. So I still have to add the glazing for the windows and the doors, but I want to add lights to this, so I'll be using diorama for the lighting. Next thing I did is I went into, there's a program called Canva, C-A-N-V-A. It's a free program. I went in and designed this little tree area. Then I typed in Livingston Logging Company and scaled it to whatever size I wanted, printed it out on my printer, and made a sign for it. So I think it turned out pretty nice. I didn't want to go too heavily weathered on the building because I wanted this one to look like it's pretty taken care of, and it's fairly new. So I added some few details on the top, the vents and everything. But like I said, I still got to add the concrete curbing. I still got to add the glazing. I got to add the lights. This is the other side of the building, and here, you know, this basically taking logs and making lumber. They do a little bit of everything. So I've got some lumber loads inside. I left 2 doors open. I left one about half shut, just to add some character to the building. Got some lumber loads out here. And then of course, I wanted this to look more like dirt. See if I can get the camera here. So I wanted this to be more of a dirt area with some sawdust. So, you know, I think it turned out quite well. This is the sign that I made, a little bit closer here. Like I said, Canva, CANVA.com, and you can make anything and everything. You can make logos in there, and it's all free of charge. Now they do have some, these are all free logos that you can find in there, the trees, but they have some that are, you know, you have to pay for, but there's so much free stuff on there. I didn't see the need, and like I said, I just wanted something to go with the logging company, so I found these trees on there and just basically made that their logo. It's easy to scale down, easy to print on paper, glued it to some styrene and made a sign. So here's a little further back view of the logging company and the siding. And of course I have the cars here that Matt Smith made for me. And the tree logs here that I found on Amazon. I showed those in the last video. But you know, like I said, I wanted the front part to be more like dirt, and then all this to be gravel. So I'll have a grapple at some point sitting somewhere on here to load the logs onto the cars, or vice versa, unload the logs from the cars. But yeah, then I went in and added some water puddles all down through here. They're still wet, so they look a little glossy. That will change over time, hopefully tomorrow. But at some point, I'll add a little bit more scenery to here. Move these cars out of the way so you can see this a little better. But yeah, so I just added, you know, just some, I wanted it to kind of look like fall on my layout. So, you know, it's a rainy season, so I've got water puddles all down through here. And this was just, you know, a technique where I just took a screwdriver, basically mashed indentions everywhere, and then poured the Woodland Scenics water in there. Now, I do not like that product, and the simple fact is, it just bubbles up so bad. So what I did was I poured the water in there. I let it sit for about 2 hours, got as many bubbles as I could out. I came back an hour later, everything was bubbled up again. So I took a paper towel and dabbed it in all the puddles to take most of the water out, because I don't want it to look like, you know, a small lake. I want it to just have the representation of just a wet, nasty area. Then I went in, I took real sawdust from stuff that I had cut up in my garage when I was making my workbench. I put all that sawdust in a box because I knew I would use it at some point. And then I just sprinkled sawdust everywhere just to kind of give it the rough industrial look. So I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously I got a long way to go. I'm going to take my airbrush at some time, and I always like to take the airbrush with like earth color and just kind of blend everything in, just so you don't have stark, you know, harsh adjustments in color. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this scene. This is what I've been working on for a couple of days. Like I said, I was just looking through some photos of logging companies out in Montana, and I'm super happy. I think it turned out, to my standards, I think it turned out great. It's like I said, I still got some work to do, but for the most part, I'm super happy. Now the asphalt, I'm really pleased with. This is actually my first attempt, actually second attempt. I used it on the furniture company, but I used some different techniques. See if I can get that lighting there. But as you can tell, man, the asphalt just came out so good. I am so happy with that. Like I said, go to my Facebook page, Montana Northern, and you can see the step-by-step process how I did this. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message. I'll be glad to help you. Now this is another area that I've been working on. This one has a long way to go still, but I wanted a crew shack right here by the yard, and they're going to use the same industrial spur as the logging company. But you know, because the Montana Northern is such a small railroad, they just don't have dedicated tracks like that. Maybe in the expansion of the layout I will, but for right now I just wanted just a small little crew shack that they could use. See if I can get a little closer here. Now this is from Foscale Models, and I don't remember the name of the actual kit, but I made some adjustments on there. I actually made the windows opened, and of course weathering and that type of thing, but it's just a small building, which is all I wanted. But I've still got to work on the gravel area around it. Going to put in some tire tracks and some water puddles and that type of thing, just to kind of tie it in. So that's just another area I've been working on. Wanted to show that off really quick. And then last but not least, scenery. So scenery is my favorite thing to do, and I wanted to start working on some. So this river has really been on my mind lately. So I've been working on this. Now this is just beginning stages, so don't rip me too much. But let me see if I can move this here. So I didn't want just a solid channel. You know, I'm always looking at how can you upgrade just standard things. So obviously I've got erosion here on the bank and on this side, and then I wanted to add these little ledges here. So this is what most Montana rivers look like. And now on this side will be mostly just like dirt, some sand and gravel. And then on the other side here, I've got some rock. I can focus in here. I wanted some like river rock on that side of the river, which is the case in a lot of areas. You'll have rock sediment from one side, dirt sediment from the other. So that's kind of what I'm trying to achieve here. Now I've got the first coat of water down, and as I've stated, I do not like Woodland Scenic's realistic water, because one, it doesn't look like water, and two, it damn sure ain't realistic. It's just a terrible product. I will never buy that stuff, never use it again. It's just terrible to work with. So for this, all I used was this golden GAC 500. And I got this idea off of Boomer, which I'm sure everybody knows who Boomer is, because I wanted something that wasn't toxic to breathe. It won't harm your skin. So this stuff is awesome. It basically goes down like white glue and just stipple it into place. Now, this is just the first coat. I'm going to go back in with another product and some GAC 500 and make some pretty realistic looking waves, I hope, because I want this to look like not really a raging river, but something in between a fast flowing river and a raging river. So hopefully I will achieve that. And here's the look from the other side. As you can tell, the river rock over there, I have not glued that in place. I've just actually just put that there. And then here I've got, you know, just the dirt side of it. And then here, this is actually the same river rock, but let me back this up so the shadows. This is actually, I just glued this, so it looks really dark. This will actually lighten up to look just like the river rock, and it should be dry tomorrow, but we'll see. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. As you can tell, I've got the this here. I wanted the erosion look. Now I've got to go back in and paint this still. I want to paint it a little darker color, And then I've got to add some brown grasses, static grass and that type of thing. So a long way to go, long way to go. And I've got to add a lot of trees. I'm going to do trees on this side. Let me grab the camera and move it around. So as you can tell, the river kind of starts here and it bends around the corner. So it's not very big, but it just gives the representation. I've just put dirt soil here. So I've got to go in and add forest floor, and then I'm going to put in some trees and that type of thing. But I wanted to put trees here so it would basically make your eye. Let me back this up and I'll show you. So this will all be trees here on this little abutment. And the reason I did that is because when I walk up, I don't like you looking at everything. I want you to have to move around my layout. Scene separators, I guess is what I call them. So this will force you to, when you walk up, you won't see anything but trees. And this will force you to kind of look around the corner to see the river. Same thing on that side. So it's basically just something to divide the scene up and to force you to have to look around and walk around. Because, you know, what's the point of walking in and seeing everything as soon as you look? So you've got to have some kind of dividers, and that's why I am doing that. But that's going to do it, guys. I have, like I said, I've been really busy down here. I spent all day down here yesterday, probably 8 hours. Just went up to the house to eat, and then I was right back down here because once I get started on something, I'm so possessed. I got to keep going. But let me know what you guys think, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I would appreciate everybody hit that like button and leave a comment. It really helps the channel. Man, I can't believe I started this channel a few months ago, and I think I'm up to 700 subscribers, somewhere close to that. So the channel's really starting to take off, and I've got some interesting things coming up, especially with scenery. And I'm kind of new to this. So at some point I'm going to do some how-to videos. But like I said, some of this stuff are new techniques, and I'd hate to do a how-to video and then it turn out like shit and everybody's blaming me because their layout looks like crap. So some of this stuff I just like to do, and then I'll show you the end result. But I promise you at some point I am going to do the asphalt pads and parking lots because it turned out so good and it's so cheap. I think I got like $3 or $4 in that, and you could probably make 5 or 6 parking lots. But I'm starting to ramble on now. But anyway, thanks guys for tuning in. Hit that like button. Please leave a comment. If you got any questions, let me know. And we'll see you guys in about a week.